Steady your hearts. Look deep into your souls. For your metal is to be tested this day.
Yeah.
If in the heat of battle,
Yeah.
you need a reason to
Steady Your Heart podcast, man. Sharif Daughtry. Welcome.
Which you will give up all that you will ever have.
You know what I'm saying?
You need only to look at the man who fights at your side.
That's it. You know what I mean? Steady Your Heart podcast. Today is a very special episode. You know what I'm saying? This is an episode that I had to let breathe. I had to let some things die down before I could touch on the topic because I don't want things to get conscrewed. You understand? But this is very important. I feel like there's something going on. The shift is changing. And there's a topic that we need to discuss. So I'm going to get into it. We're going to talk about the female narcissist. So this one might piss a couple people off. You feel me? But at the end of the day, this is the Steady Your Heart podcast. So we always going to end on positive. We always going to end on Steady Your Heart. So if anybody want to have a discussion, you know what I'm saying, where you're willing to be accountable, I'm always going to be accountable. And I promise if two accountable parties meet, it's always going to end in steady hearts. You feel me? That's the formula. But that's a whole nother episode. You know what I'm saying? That's love. But listen. I feel as though in history, you know, the narcissist has been described as a man. And I don't even think that's fully wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I think that things are changing, and in the age of social media and in the stage that we're in right now, there is a rise in the number of female narcissists. You know what I'm saying? And narcissism doesn't only show up in relationships. You know what I'm saying? This is not even that kind of thing. This is just how I feel in general. I just feel like men are not the only ones that do it. Sometimes a lot of people are raised by a female narcissist and don't even know it. They can't figure out why they have so much trauma, different things like that, you know? So it's very important to uncover these things and talk about them, you know what I mean? And talk about the signs that you may be encountering one and things like that, you understand? So first, let me hop on Google real quick. Let me just look up the definition of narcissist. Let's see what Google has to say here. Let me see here. Narcissist. Let's take a look. Oh, it was ready. They be listening, yo. I typed in the N and the rest of it came over. You know what I'm saying? All right. A narcissist is an individual who displays a pattern of exaggerated self-importance, need for excessive admiration, and lack of empathy for others. You know what I'm saying? So that's the definition of a narcissist. And I feel as though that can definitely show up in men a lot because of the way the world is designed and the way that we're taught to not have feelings and be tough and, you know what I'm saying, protect your own, you know, things like that. And in society, women are taught to be more empathetic, you know, and nurturing and things like that. But narcissistic traits, it's a human trait. It's not a gender trait, so it could show up in anybody. And a lot of times when we encounter a female narcissist, it's really hard to dictate and it's really hard to tell. You know, it's really hard to tell because it's not as abrasive and it's not as, I guess, forthcoming and obvious as the male narcissist is. You know, it's a little more of I won't say more, but it's just a different manipulation factor involved. Because I'm not here to compare because a narcissist is a narcissist, you know. And another thing I want to say that's very important is that I also believe that we all have narcissistic traits. That doesn't make you a narcissist, but I believe that narcissism is a spectrum, which means it could go from a little bit to full on, you know. So it's a total spectrum. And there's no one is the same on this planet. So I don't like to label certain people one thing. It's just that you may be in that area of the spectrum of this thing that we all are. You understand? Just to be fair. But when you run into an extreme female narcissist, a lot of things that a lot of signs of that is you'll see that they would not really care how you feel after they say things or do things. If you set a boundary and they cross that boundary, they'll cross that boundary because they don't see why the boundary exists. And they don't even understand why it exists. So them crossing that boundary doesn't process to them that it might hurt you. It goes as far as, I don't even know why that boundary even exists. I'm going to do this anyway. You know what I'm saying? Another attribute is like the constant search and seeking of the constant seeking of admiration from everyone. You know, it's like it's not just it won't just be their significant other or their family, but it will be there's never enough admiration. There's never enough admiration. They take a lot of time out and really focus and hone in on their beauty and things like that, and they really take the time out, and that's the main thing. I saw a video yesterday online. They said it was like a video of a lady running, and it was like signs of a female narcissist, and she was finishing a marathon. You know what I'm saying? She running, she killing it too. And then her two daughters and her husband is at the end of the line, and her daughter runs up and tries to give her a high five, and she ran right past her daughter, and her husband is looking like, oh, go back to the door, like, you know what I'm saying? Your daughter's trying to say whatever, but everybody's still happy, and he's confused, and she crosses the finish line, and she goes, let's go. Let her family way back there. She in the camera taking pictures. She got her arms like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is me. I did that, yo. Everybody look at me. I don't even want it to be a family person right now. I don't want this to be a family moment. Like, I want this to be my moment, you know, and that's like kind of the definition of it. You know, they never want you to outshine them, you know. They never want you to outshine them, and I just don't like I just think that it's very dangerous in society that when a male says that he encounters a narcissist, it could be laughed at or just overlooked, but when a female does it, she's given sympathy. And I feel like it should go equal. It should go both ways. Because everybody deserves to be seen. And everybody deserves a steady heart. You feel me? So like, female narcissists, another thing that they'll do, another sign of a female narcissist is, you know what I'm saying, they will build you up. They'll make you feel like you're the best thing since, you know what I'm saying, fried chicken. Since chocolate chip cookies, like since you're the best thing since sweet potato pie, you know what I mean? Feel me? Best thing since, you know what I'm saying, the tuna with the celery and the pickles with a little pickle juice, little, you know what I'm saying, onion, you know what I'm saying, on the Hawaiian roll with the cheese, fried and butter on the pot, smushed down as the most beautiful tuna melt that you could experience, and that's sharp cheddar cheese. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they're the best thing since that. Oh, hold on, I just got hungry. What was I even talking about? Ooh. Anyway, they think they're the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? They'll make you think you're the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Just to take it away. You feel me? They'll build you up and then try their best to aggressively break you down, and they don't respect your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I could speak on this, I'm no expert for real. I'm just here steadying hearts and trying to bring light to the fact that they exist. And I want us to live in a world where everybody's heard. I want women to be heard for their truth, and I want men to be heard for their truth. And I want people to just listen to each other. And I want people to not speak out as a victim, but speak out in the way that we are a community and build off of each other and grow off of each other and just spread game. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all grow. We have to be accountable at all times as well. Like, that's why I say there's no victims. We're all narcissists. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sit there and say, I'm a victim of a narcissist. Because you're a narcissist too, for sure. You just may be on a different side of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And you really have to stay accountable, because a lot of times you can't forget that you attract what you are. You know what I'm saying? You may not be that today, but you were that then. You know? Or a lot of times narcissists are attracted to soft people or people that are too nice or too giving. So maybe you had to learn that lesson. You feel me? A lot of things are just a lesson. You can't sit there and be a victim and be mad and be bashing the person that you encountered that might have been a narcissist. You know? Because that's the choice that I make. That's not what I'm doing. And I'm not even trying to do all of that. You know, what we're doing is we're educating each other on the fact that they exist and on different signs on how to even explore that. And to let you know that, like, it's okay to have been accompanied by one, you know, because it happens. It catches you off guard because it's always like it's not to be experience a narcissist is like one of the most beautiful breakdowns that you could ever have. Ooh, that's kind of ooh. Write it down for the next song. Write it down for the next song. Yeah. What? You know what I mean? Anyway, but it is. because you will have some of your most beautiful moments. It will be beautiful love and things like that, but all of that is just the setup. That junk be ill. You know what I'm saying? It be ill. All of that's just the setup. So at the end of the day, I just like to look at the positives and be grateful for experiences, but always, you know what I'm saying, whenever you feel like someone's not considering you, you know, that's not something to ignore. Like, I feel like we get so comfortable being nice and letting people slide, you know what I'm saying, because we're empathetic and we're smart and we feel like we're leaders that we can help guide them. No, we have to stop trying to be guides to people. You know, that's not our job. Our job is to be ourselves and let that be the guide. If they want to see it and they want to follow, they definitely will. You know what I'm saying? But it's not your job to sit there and wait for them to do what you're asking. Because a lot of times people know what they're doing, especially narcissists. You know, these people know what they're doing. They'll abuse you and then cry after, apologizing, saying, I don't know why I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? It'd be things like that. You feel me? It's all a game. So I'm not here to just bash anyone or bash any type of person, because honestly, if a narcissist wants to come listen to this page to get a steady heart and to just learn more about themselves and things like that, or that's a beautiful thing, and I want them to feel okay and welcome here. But I'm not going to sugarcoat either, though. I'm gonna keep it real. That's what we do here, you know. So I just wanted to touch on that topic, man. This is gonna be a real short podcast, man, in and out. Just had to drop some fire on a female narc, man, because they do exist. And I'm tired of seeing people online and just crying and acting like only men do it, when there's men out here in their secret corners feeling the same way, but they can't say anything. You feel me? So that's why I'm here. You know, there's too many areas in the world where women can express and get the attention and love that they need on a mass scale, where men have to go in private and deal with that. So I'm here to speak for those men, and I'm here to let them know that there's a place for that. And it's right here on the Steady Your Heart podcast, straight up. You know? Because everybody goes through things. Everybody feels love. Everybody feels pain. Like, even animals feel all of these things. Even the trees feel all of these things. Why would you think a man won't? You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for that. And I'm fully aware that I do. And I've been doing it goddamn near professionally for a while. You feel me? So I love the journey. You know what I'm saying? Umbrella for the rain and the pain that I'm stuck with. Minor sacrifices for the life they in love with. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. But yeah, man, listen. Just continue to love yourself. Continue to have a good day every day on purpose. Make sure that you look people in the eyes on a regular basis. Look people in the eyes, because when you look people in the eyes, there's a whole nother world in there. It's like, I don't know if you, like, the people that look people in the eyes all day experience a whole different life than the people that don't. You know what I'm saying? And I know that because I've been both people. And I've been looking people in the eyes for a couple years now. But the thing that I realized about doing that, you get to actually see people for who they are, and you can actually read energy way better. And it keeps you a little more empathetic, and it keeps your heart open to see, like, even at the register, like, this is a person. You know what I'm saying? Look them in the eyes and say thank you. Like, these things are like basic manners, man. Pay attention to people. Use your heart in every interaction. It'll keep your heart at practice, so that when things happen, extreme moments happen, it's always at practice. It'll stay steady. You're stronger. Your heart is a muscle. You feel me? So bless you. You know what I'm saying? Peace to you. Peace to your heart muscle. May it stay steady. Shari, checking out, you dig? Steady Your Heart podcast. Let's go. For your mental. For your mental.